question for you. If you were a fresh graduate with a polymer chemistry background, come to a cancer hospital and a physician approach you and tell you a compound that is not water soluble and they would like you to help. You don't know anything about what Dr. Huan Xi talked about this morning, called cyclodextrin. What would you do? So that's actually the question that I was facing. I was naive. When the question was brought to me, my solution is very simple. That's easy. You just conjugate a water-insoluble drug to a water-soluble polymer. That will solve the problem, right? Yeah, that's exactly what we did. So we conjugated paclitaxel. At that time, it was formulated as a alcohol chromophore mixture, and in the clinic it showed lots of hypersensitivity. So the solution we have is poly-L-glutamic acid. It is a water-soluble polymer. It is degradable. The end product will be amino acid, glutamic acid. And there is lots of carboxylic acid group on the side chain that actually allows us to do the chemistry. Very simple conjugation chemistry to make an ester conjugate of the drug. And we went on to actually test its efficacy in preclinical models, a variety of different models. But at that time, remember, it's sufficient to use sub-Q model. So this is a sub-Q model. We compare the efficacy with the parent drug paclitaxel itself at the equal dose level and also as a maximum tolerated dose level. At equal dose level, it's better than the parent drug. At maximum tolerated dose, we can cure the disease. We also, in collaboration with, this is actually the first study where we show that before the nanomedicine became a buzzword, nanomaterials that when it's used in combination with radiotherapy, it can really sensitize radiation therapy. What is shown here is that with a 50% cure, without injection of this polymer paclitaxel conjugate, you would need 50 to 60 gray to cure 50% of the disease, right? So if you pre-inject with polymer drug conjugate, that dose can be reduced to less than 10 gray. So that means there is like 5 to 8-fold increase in terms of enhancement factor. So that is actually enough at that time, 20 years ago, to bring this into clinic. So the drug was licensed to a company, and they actually mentioned in Time. Not many people noticed, but I noticed in Time magazine to show that there's a larger wave of new drug into the horizon. However, the drug gets through phase 1, 2, all the way to phase 3, and it failed. 2 years ago, the company decided to terminate the clinical study. So really my talk today is at this point, looking back, what we might be able to do to make it better in the next round if we are going to redesign, if we have opportunity to get the next generation, what we observed, what we learned. So this is the earliest data to show that when you inject the polymer drug conjugate, we can get 3 to 4 consistently at different time point of more drug into the tumor. We now know that is an EPR effect, enhanced permeability and retention effect that lots of people are talking about with non-circulating nanoparticles. But this is what we learned later. So I'm in the imaging department, so we use different imaging tools routinely. Here, the question we ask is, we know this drug, the polymer is degradable. We really don't know whether it's degradable in vivo, right? So that's a question. So we conjugated a near-infrared dye to the polymer. It will quench if you have enough dye attached to the polymer, but if the polymer degrade, it will re-emit the fluorescent signal. So this is what we observed. Actually, we observe in this particular model in brain tumor that when we inject the L form of the polymer made of L amino acid, that's a natural amino acid, we see the signal of degradation. And with D form of the polymer, we don't. That means the polymer is degradable. Also, with more study, we show that this degradation is because of cathepsin B. Cathepsin B happens to be overexpressed in a number of solid tumors, but not all. So the question now, I'm going to skip this one. We're raising is in the clinical studies, they are actually it did in such a way, I should say it's a black box. We really don't know when the patients are entering into the trial. We don't know what is the status of a cathepsin B. We don't know the polymer actually is getting the tumor or not. How long is it staying there? Whether the drug is released, right? All those questions we really don't know. If we are going to do this again, I think imaging tool will be very important. If we can incorporate that early in the development process, that will allow us to select patient and to determine whether the polymer drug conjugate is degrading and releasing paclitaxel or not. That will be very important. So this is just some of the things, I think, a quick summary. In the clinical study, the first disease actually that was decided by the company to go into clinical studies is in patients with lung cancer. The reason for that is because there are not more, the market size is simply huge, right? Lots of patients have lung cancer. But all of our preclinical data were not generated in lung cancer. So that brings questions whether we have a proprietary disease indication, that will justify the disease selection in clinical study. We don't have an appropriate biomarker to go with the clinical study. And a larger big question, although we talk a lot about nanoparticle delivery, nanomedicine, we really still, I think it's debatable, but still have lots of questions. Whether in patient, EPR effect is zero or not. So we need imaging tool really to guide us through all of this. A large thing I need to emphasize is communication, that now looking back, I think what was lacking is once you license your compound out, the company will say sayonara, goodbye. Really, we didn't have much communication. They go on their own. We do our own study. There is if there is more communication, I think things might turns out differently. But we learned all of these things. What we can apply for future generation of studies, whether we can use it for getting a better product. So that brings me to the really next part of my talk. So what we learned, EPR effect may not exist, or maybe very different from what we are observing in animal. So if we're going to do a lot of testing, use new nanoformulation, what preclinical model you would use? In my case, I select to a model that is known to have a poor blood permeability, poor vasculature, and that is a model with pancreatic cancer. We know pancreatic cancer has extensive stroma. It's poorly vascularized. If it works with pancreatic cancer, there is a higher probability that it may work if we are going to translate it into the clinic. A second approach to this is, we know as a single agent paclitaxel, because it's with the exception of Abraxane, which is a paclitaxel nanoformulation, this polymer drug conjugate really, it failed in the clinic. If we're going to make it better, what we can do better, right? So the question actually boils down to, if we're going to use the nano drug delivery system, what is unique with the drug nano delivery system that you cannot achieve with a small molecular compound, the parent drug itself? that is ability of those particles to do multifunctional, multimodality, right? That means maybe we can co-formulate two different drugs that is going to go after two different compartments of the tumor. If EPR effect is not there, at least we can have a drug that can modify the microenvironment or the tumor stroma that can make it better for particle that gets through, right? So that is our hypothesis now is a little bit more complicated than the initial simple drug polymer conjugate. So here we have a polymer methyl that have two drugs there. One is attacking the stroma, another is attacking tumor cell. Let's see what will happen. So this time really upfront use a tough animal model. This is a spontaneous KPC transgenic model with a pancreatic cancer, and those animals will die of extensive metastasis or local invasion if left without any treatment at around 130 days after birth. So that is the animal shown on the left without any treatment, that's a control. But after treatment with our polymer methyl, we see the disease is being controlled. If we keep treating, it will be like that. And if the most stringent test of this really is look at survival. So the survival compared with the standard therapy, instead of being a Braxton, is significantly longer. So this is a difference of weeks versus months. So this is actually graph generated in collaboration with Dr. Chow to show that after multiple injection, there is more drug accumulation in the tumor compared with a single injection, suggesting that the non-circulating particle is getting there through a positive reinforcement loop that by continuously modifying the tumor microenvironment, making drug delivery more efficient. Last slide, take-home message. How we can enhance delivery beyond the APR, because this is really the limitation right now. How can we better integrate the imaging capability into our early design in terms of drug delivery system? And I need to thank lots of people who have been going through my lab, but the person who is primarily involved in the polymer methyl study is Dr. Chun. Collaborated with Dr. Liang a lot. All our peak analysis was done by you and Dr. Diana Chow. Thank you for your attention.